In the shadowed reaches of a world where cultivators rise and fall like the tides, destiny sharpens its claws. The winds carry whispers of ancient power, and the mountains themselves seem to hold their breath. As the struggle for immortality grows ever fiercer, our wandering soul faces trials that test both flesh and spirit. Join us now as we delve into Recap Renegade Immortal, Chapter 595, Chapter 596, where peril lurks in every shadow, and the path forward is veiled in uncertainty. Prepare, for the next turn in this legend may shatter all that was thought unbreakable. In the boundless void outside the demon spirit land, near the threshold of the East Demon Spirit Sea, darkness reigned like a heavy curtain. Only faint specks of distant light pierced the gloom, casting ephemeral glimmers across the land. Then, without warning, a streak of red light tore through the void, a speed no cultivator could hope to rival, no incantation could match. It was not merely fast, it was descending, as though the universe itself bent to its will. Words failed to capture this swiftness. Anywhere in existence, with but a thought, it could descend. From the void it fell, a cloud of crimson fire, impossible to trace, its origin unknown. The instant it touched the world, an aura of such overwhelming intensity spread that even the most minute life trembled before it. On the distant world of Xianxia, the All-Seer sat in meditative silence, preparing calculations for a plan that would unfold 2 centuries hence. His eyes snapped open, piercing the cosmos with a gaze that shimmered with secret knowledge. A frown carved his face as his hands formed a precise seal, and muttering under his breath, he spoke. Divine retribution descends. The heavens interfere, making the calculations uncertain, yet it touches the demon spirit land, and somehow Tianyun is entwined. How peculiar. Meanwhile, on the planet Dalu within the Dalu sword sect, Sword Saint Lin Tianhao hovered beside a colossal pill furnace, his eyes alight with focus. The fundamental good luck pill still demands its auxiliary components. His words trailed off as realization struck. In an instant, he vanished, reappearing high above the planet, eyes fixed on the scarlet streak. Divine retribution? His voice carried both awe and uncertainty. Watching the light fade, he whispered, descending upon the demon spirit land. Could something have befallen Greed? His brows knitted, heavy with worry. Far across the stars, a blood-soaked planet pulsed in silent menace. Within a pavilion of crimson, a man with fiery hair and brows, aged yet formidable, sat in deep cultivation. His eyes snapped open, bleeding red light, feeling the aftershock of the divine descent. He did not raise his gaze, but absorbed the wave of celestial judgment, closing his eyes once more. Divine retribution strikes the demon spirit land. How fares that child, Shishui? He mused. Not only these 3 sensed it, countless ancient beings across the realms shivered at the omen. The red light pierced the East Demon Spirit Sea's gate, unbound by mortal constraints. Within the imperial city of the Sky Demon Country, Wang Lin floated silently in the central square. The 15th toll of the ceremonial drum resonated within him, and his domain surged with a metamorphic power beyond comprehension. Ascendant stage, a realm where celestial spirit and Tao heart fuse, approached. This was the crucible of mortality and divinity, the legendary facing one's Tao. Success meant transcendence, failure, death. Nothing lay between. Even cultivators of variant paths could not escape this trial, save those who lingered at the apex of soul transformation, never daring the next step. Wang Lin's Tao heart echoed with the drumbeat, releasing centuries of sorrow, rushing toward its completion. Around him, observers held their breath. In a single day, he had engraved his presence into their souls with impossible feats. Then, the storm of lightning and thunder vanished. In its place, an all-encompassing red bloomed across the sky, suffusing the heavens with molten light. On a distant river, a young man on a boat's expression shifted, lips curling in wry remembrance. I had long hidden my aura, defying divine retribution with the aid of elders and the demon drum. Yet this is a trial for the child. If he withstands it, the heavens' gaze will no longer bind him after ascendancy. This retribution, it is not overwhelmingly powerful. In Sky Demon City, mortals and cultivators alike gaped as the crimson expanse condensed into dense, weighty clouds. Wang Lin exhaled deeply behind the demon drum, contemplating the heavens' challenge. The Tao of the heavens cannot quench my heart, he murmured. Yet they may strike to erase me. I have seen divine retribution before, in Qilin City of the Sea of Devils, but this surpasses that encounter. The scarlet clouds writhed and roiled, converging like a crimson sea, lightning sparks coalescing into a singular blinding radiance. Roars reminiscent of ancient beasts echoed from the heavens themselves, shaking the earth in tandem. The red lightning fell, crashing with the fury of the heavens will. Snow began to drift through Sky Demon City, each flake carrying the lethal essence of divine wrath. Only the rumble of celestial judgment remained, and only the blood-red hue of retribution illuminated the world. Wang Lin's eyes ignited, a blaze of determination. Over 3,700 life seals swirled around him, and with a sweep of his hand, the restriction flag emerged from his bag of holding, black gas spiraling, restrictions flickering within. "No matter the heavens' fury, they cannot erase me," he proclaimed, his voice resolute against the storm. Wind tore at his hair and garments, his form radiant as the sun and moon, embodying defiance itself. The black tornado of restriction spiraled upward to meet the red lightning. The collision erupted like the wrath of the cosmos, shaking the land and deafening all within. Citizens and demon generals alike staggered, their energies thrown into chaos. But the commander-in-chiefs observed calmly. The tornado shattered, restrictions dispersed, yet Wang Lin stood unbroken. "The heavens seek my death, yet I will sunder them in turn." He lifted a single finger, unleashing the finger of death. 1, then 100, converging into a single 30-foot beam of black light. Celestial jades poured from his bag of holding, forming a mound beneath him as he drew spiritual energy into his body. The black light struck the crimson lightning, a duel of Tao and divine fury. I dare defy the heavens, continuing my cultivation. My lingering feelings remain, my Tao heart unyielding. Divine retribution. You may crush my flesh, but never my spirit. Wang Lin's eyes blazed, piercing the red clouds, and the heavens responded with a thunderous roar that shook all creation. Listen closely, for what I am about to tell you is a tale of defiance against the heavens themselves, a clash where life, death, and the very laws of the cosmos were tested in a single cataclysmic instant. The sky above Sky Demon City boiled with rage. Red lightning tore through the firmament like a blade of divine vengeance, while below, shadows coalesced into a storm of living death. The 100 fingers of death surged through the air, each finger a conduit of mortal life force twisted into a weapon of annihilation. They collided with the crimson lightning, and the heavens themselves trembled. Thunder roared so fiercely it seemed the world might tear itself apart, as though the sky would flip over and swallow the earth. The fingers absorbed countless lives, converting them into dark, destructive energy, but even that was insufficient. The divine retribution lightning, a manifestation of the heavens' wrath, was far beyond their power. Black shadows evaporated under the radiance of the red strike, leaving only its dim but relentless glow descending upon the land. Amidst this cosmic tempest stood Wang Lin, his hair streaming like inked silk in the wind, his gaze, unwavering and sharp as a blade, fixed on the red lightning above. Without hesitation, he released the life seals shielding him, transforming their essence into over 3,700 strands of raw slaughter energy. The strands surged into a maelstrom around him, a storm of pure killing intent. His right hand rose, fingers poised like the spear of destiny, drawing the furious energy into a single point. Kill! Wang Lin's command cut through the roar of the storm. The thousands of threads of slaughter energy condensed into one colossal form, a black dragon, its scales and maw forged from sheer malice and intent. The dragon did not merely obey, it embodied Wang Lin's defiance. His eyes glowed red, fierce, not only with killing intent, but with a heart that dared challenge the heavens themselves. He was a mortal who had clawed through countless calamities, a genius unbound by the rules of heaven. And now, in that instant, his very soul was the dragon's fuel. The slaughter dragon surged toward the descending lightning, roaring a challenge that made even divine retribution quiver. The clash was cataclysmic. Though the dragon struck with incredible might, it could not fully overcome the heavenly punishment. Yet even in its collapse, it dimmed the red lightning, shaving away its fury and reducing its monstrous size. The sound of the dragon's defiance echoed as the lightning pierced through, aimed directly at Wang Lin. At that moment, a transformation overtook him. His hair lifted with an unnatural wind, and a black radiance enveloped his right index finger. His eyes abandoned the red of wrath, adopting the cold, unholy gleam of a demon. Celestial spiritual energy within him twisted and churned, reshaping into demonic essence. The pile of milky white celestial jades beneath him blackened instantly, ink spilling across their surface. Every ounce of spiritual energy became demonic, feeding the creation of his ultimate weapon, the demonic finger. This was no ordinary transformation. Even Situnan, were he present, could not surpass the power Wang Lin now wielded, for he had infused not only his own energy, but the essence of thousands of celestial jades into a limitless well of demonic force. At the tip of his finger burned not only energy, but his very Tao, his will, his defiance, his lingering love for Li Muan, and the courage that had seen him rise from mortal trials to legendary might. It was a finger that carried the soul of rebellion. The black light surged forward, meeting the red lightning. Time seemed to regress, chaos returning to the heavens. Red and black battled as if the world itself were being rewritten, red for the wrath of the heavens, black for mortal defiance. The impact shook Sky Demon City to its foundations. Mountains quaked, plains heaved, and the ground itself split under the shock. Explosions rippled across the city, sending demon generals scattering and commanders retreating, save for the Heaven Commander-in-Chief. He, closest to the calamity, produced a jade bottle and cast it toward Wang Linglin with a glance heavy with unspoken meaning before departing. Skyward, the red and black energies met and nullified each other. The fingers of death, the 3,700 slaughter dragons, and the transformed jades fused to create a demonic finger of unprecedented potency. The red lightning vanished. The tremors ceased, but a pall of fear lingered. The people of Sky Demon City trembled, their panic saturating the air like smoke. Wang Lin's face was pale, his gaze fixed on the heavens. He caught the jade bottle but did not consume its contents. One bolt of divine retribution, he knew, could never be the entirety of the heavens' judgment. Far above, a young man on a distant boat observed, shock etched upon his features. The red cloud remained, silent yet pressing, a quiet terror suffocating the sky and earth. With a single step, he vanished and reappeared over the imperial city, feeling a numbing dread as he approached the divine retribution cloud. He sensed that the celestial punishment had grown beyond expectation. Despite his skill, he was helpless to interfere directly. Acting swiftly, he multiplied himself, 1 becoming 2, 2 becoming 4, and then 8, sending his clones across the surrounding cities. With utmost precision, they evacuated the residents through powerful teleportation, a feat only attainable through the most secretive techniques. Yet as this maneuver concluded, the heavens revealed their true might. The red cloud surged, majestic and oppressive, settling over Sky Demon City with a force that bent the world beneath it. The young man's face fell, understanding at once that the appearance of heaven's might heralded ancestral involvement. Below, Wang Lin remained steadfast amidst the ruins of the square. The second punishment descended. Heaven's might is absolute. When it moves, the sky darkens and all resistance crumbles. None may oppose it. None may survive without yielding. 1 inch at a time, the red cloud pressed down, shattering structures with relentless weight. Wang Lin's body groaned under the celestial oppression, yet his spirit refused to bow. The memory of past cultivations under crushing pressure surged within him. The earth itself trembled. Palaces collapsed, and centuries of imperial grandeur turned to dust. The drum of the demon city alone endured. The heavens demanded submission, but Wang Lin would not yield. He raised his head, eyes locked on the scarlet storm, whispering, "I will not give in." Thunder roared as the heavens pressed inch by inch, building momentum, crushing all beneath their might. The city shattered, yet Wang Lin's will blazed like a solitary flame against the storm. And beneath the ruins, a fury long dormant began to stir, an anger that had been waiting to rise as the sky itself unleashed its vengeance.